Our heroes have gone on a heist. They've remembered their past. They've got stuck in a factory. They've fought for their town. They've made new friends, reunited families, made mistakes, had victories. And now, our heroes have another forge to destroy, and a self-proclaimed king to stop. What else is there to say? Well, it's time for the season finale of Forsyth Fantasy Hour. What is happening right now is Lieutenant Falone is getting everybody together. In terms of District 6 officers, there is about 25 of them of varying races and genders. All kind of the typical fantasy races that you like recognize.
Gotcha. Just a mixed demographic.
Yeah. And Falone kind of has the floor, and then on the other side, you're kind of standing with the people of Sundew, who are kind of going into this, so the important people. So not like the townspeople who live there, but we're talking Emmi, Jak, Ander, Roderick, Droopy, Gray.
Gotcha. Main cast.
Yeah.
The headliners.
That's right.
Everyone's important, dude. Just, it's the headliners.
In an anime, these are all the characters have the different colored hair.
These are all the
people who look
characters
super normal.
These are all the characters that are silhouettes. Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
Cool.
So Lieutenant Falone, gathers everybody's attention. He says, "All right, Chief Moxie and Mayor Shortmarsh they haven't been back yet, but I have been in touch with them, and they want us to go ahead without them. They'll be on their way." I keep using the word assault, but I want to remind everybody, all the officers and the other people who are volunteering in this, that our goal is to capture the insect glaive. They are meant to be contained and not killed. We are not trying to kill anyone here. That is not in our jurisdiction. And we want everybody back alive so we can learn more about what their plans were and what these well forges actually mean. Because as we all have noticed and seen, especially in Sixport, these things do exist.
Sorry about that.
He doesn't say anything. He just keeps going. He said also there are hostages. There are reported two brothers, Maddox Stonecutter and Gordy Stonecutter, has been taken over by some sort of mind control that we are still learning about. Also, I would say while you guys have been taking this long rest, time-wise, well, we talked about this. A long rest is 8 hours. This is now almost like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
I like a 1:30 a.m. battle.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
So Falone is totally up to date on all the information on everything that's happened so far. He said there are also some constructs who are hostages as well. So by no means they are meant to be killed. These are just civilians. Whether or not some of those people have criminal backgrounds, in this moment, our goal is not to arrest any of them. The insect glaive is who we're after. And then he kind of pulls out this map, and he shows everybody, and he says, okay, District 6, we will come from the west and east and north, leading into Tiger Turtle Canyon, a landmark of the South Coast area. While that is going on, Miss Hilltopper and Mr. Pilgrim will be leading a charge going into the canyon. They are the only two who can deactivate this well forge, so it is our second sole duty is to protect them. I do not know too much of what we are going to encounter there, but everybody be on your guard. Have your net arrows equipped and shields ready, and if anybody has anything else they would like to add or say, we will be on our way.
Actually, is everyone aware of what Droopy saw? Do you think?
Yeah. So
okay.
Droopy and Falone... Falone had to go get Droopy because he was just playing with Dax.
Gotcha. My bad.
But yeah, the information that Droopy gave, which was more of like the layout of the area and who he saw
A possible number of suspects type thing.
in front of the canyon. And I can tell you guys what that is. It is the people outside on the edge of the canyon is Zert, Irva, and all the constructs, which is the Displacer Beast, Spleen, and Nicholas Stormborn. By the time Droopy left, he did not see Zorva or the Stonecutters, and he saw the Hive King coming in and out of the canyon. But they also assume that the Primordial Forge is within the canyon, because we keep seeing the Hive King coming in and out.
Yeah.
So that is pretty much everything. Based off of all of the resources and knowledge that you guys have, is there anything that you would like to add to this plan, or...
Me and Emmy talked through our loadout. We talked through her spell loadout.
Yeah.
I've got
some
my weapons
spells.
prepped.
Prep.
I really can't think of anything. Are there any threads you want to push our way?
Well, and the thing is that we really don't know until we get there.
That's true.
I mean, we're as prepared as we can be.
Yeah.
And everything is kind of subject to surprise.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Scotty here. I am so thankful you've all stuck with us throughout year 1 of Forsyth Fantasy Hour, and with our D&D campaign called Hilltopper and Pilgrim. More specifically, Hilltopper and Pilgrim Season 1, but we'll get into that right now. So instead of doing my normal rigmarole, I'm going to tell you everything that's happening for Season 2, and what's going to happen in the next couple months for Forsyth Fantasy Hour. First off, Forsyth Fantasy Hour is going to go on break until the month of July. And then in the first week of July, the first recap episode of Season 1 will release. And then there will be a second and third recap episode that will happen the weeks after that. So throughout July, Forsyth Fantasy Hour is going to be on a weekly schedule instead of our normal bi-weekly schedule. So that'll be really exciting for you guys. So once those recap episodes happen, which is covering every major arc in Season 1, so Time for a Heist, Taking Care of Business, and Hit Hard, Hit Back, including the finale. And then one of those episodes, or maybe all of them, will cover everything that's happened in Before Sundew, our little mini flashback arc. So then after that, we are going to have a setup episode for Season 2 that will lead us into the first proper episode of Season 2, that premiere. And then we'll jump into the show. The entire podcast will go bi-weekly after that. And then we'll just be on a new storyline. Now, once again, Season 2 is a continuation of Season 1. This still will be the adventures of Emmi Hilltopper and Jak Pilgrim, but it's going to be a starting point for new listeners. But what will happen in June? So we'll mostly be on break, especially in recording. There is a possibility that we'll do a one-off game. I have an idea for something that we'll do that is actually not D&D related. But that'll only happen if it works well with everybody's schedule and with all the other stuff that we do on our YouTube channel. So it's not out of the question, but be looking for new episodes in July. So I hope that all makes sense. You can follow us on our social media to get full schedules when it gets closer to the release. And if you have any questions, you can tweet us at Forsyth Fantasy or at FFH Podcast, message us on Facebook, or follow me on Twitter. So finally, thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting and listening to the show. FFH means so much to me. It's one of the most fun things I get to do creatively and with my friends and family. And I'm very, very excited to take the show in a new direction for Season 2. So it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. So we got a lot going on in the episode. So enjoy the rest of the finale, and I'll see all of you in the summer. Bye-bye.
I actually want to find out, what do our other headliners, our other friends
Droopy,
have on them? Specifically Gray, what I can command him. So
so Gray, he didn't have any of his equipment. He lost that when he was captured by the insect glaive. But what you've noticed with Gray about everybody kind of getting ready, he's been talking with Sloan a whole lot. And so Gray informs you that he's going to be with unless you guys want to do something different with him, he's going to be with some of the District 6 officers.
Oh, he's going to be on that side.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Roderick and Droopy?
So Droopy's coming with you.
Okay.
For sure.
And that's good because he can show us.
Yeah.
That will help us.
Yes, we need a Smeagol, but he's not gross or anything. He's lovely. He's great.
Right.
Sweet.
Roderick has requested that he stays back and deals with Irva if she becomes a problem.
That is true because he's too large to be stealthy.
Yeah.
He's now big.
So
Yeah.
he's kind of your Hulkbuster.
Okay.
sure. For sure, but
He's-
he won't be there at first. He'll be there as
In backup.
a back line.
Back-
He
yeah.
is 10 feet tall. Irva's 20. So he is
that's
prepared to fight and could directly engage with her, which may start turning him to stone. But the whole thing is, if you shut down the forge, all the power from the forge dissipates. That's what Quentin said with Spleen. So even though Spleen has been turned to stone, if you guys are successful, and as long as like none of these people are killed,
They should regain
you
their
can.
former self.
And
Yeah,
we
you
can
can-
finally kill Stormborn. I
Okay,
just wanted to
well,
say that.
I will keep in mind that Fallon has requested no one gets killed.
I didn't say that out loud.
Okay. Yeah. He did reiterate. And remember, we're not here to kill anyone. Apprehend.
It's just,
Apprehend.
the possibilities are there.
Hey, in battle, you never know.
And then with Brutus, he's just kind of gonna stick around until he sees his brothers, and then by that point, he's gonna try to get them out as well.
Okay.
And in terms of everybody's loadout, these net arrows, these crossbows, they look like harpoons. They look like harpoon guns, but they have like a rigged, little tinkered arrowhead to them. So when they are launched, they will release a net. So a lot of this is people are trying to ensnare and trap.
Gotcha.
And that's on our side or their side?
No, our side.
That's
We
our
don't-
our guys.
that's our guys' loadout.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know anything about
What they
them.
have.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, Ander is going to be with the District 6 people as well.
Okay.
So there are 3 teams. There's West, East, and North. So Roderick and Fallon are a part of the North group. Gray is a part of the East, and Ander is a part of the West.
I'm sorry. Who did you just say was in North?
Roderick and Fallon.
Gotcha.
What group do you guys want to be a part of?
Well, we really can't be with.
We can't be
Roderick.
with Roderick and Fallon because they're gonna have a lot of the District 6. So it's either East or West. And I mean, my worry was that like maybe Irva would figure out another loophole with Lawrence and like take Gray and
Zorva.
That's what I said.
Okay.
I said Zorva. That's the one. That's
That's my bad. I didn't realize they had such similar names.
Yes, it's not similar names. It's just the names are of the same caliber. But like, yeah, they're. I think I'm thinking East. Do you have any reason to be
so
with
East
West
is-
with Ander?
East is what?
Team East is with Gray. Gray is on that team. And then Ander is with Team West.
Because they're doing a pincer maneuver. Because according to Droopy, a lot of the insect glaive members are in front of the cave entrance.
Well, that's fine. I just can't. I don't know which way is. I just thought that we would be scurrying around kind of like along one side. So wouldn't that be which side? I mean, is that
well,
east
it's either-
and this is west?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we're over there east, then we'd have to go around that way.
Yeah.
If we're going east,
Yeah.
this way. Because we might be with them at first, but then we're gonna break off.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we can just come along with the East group.
Yeah.
At first.
At first, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And we just talked about it briefly about you carrying the siphon stone. So yeah, like you just still have the siphon stone. When
Okay.
we're going into that.
Yeah.
But you got it in your bag or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I have it ready to just like grab it if I need
Didn't
it.
you still already have your swarb?
Yeah, I got the smorb.
Smorb.
Yeah. I could distract them, throw it at them, and have the map just show up, and like everyone would freak out and not know it'd be this.
Did you want to check your smorb?
I would love to check my smorb actually.
Okay. So as you look at it, you kind of activate it, and Fallon says, "All right, everybody, let's move out." So everybody's going on foot. So you guys are going up north, and on your on your beacon, you can clearly see that it's just a straight shot north to Tiger Turtle Canyon. Doesn't take a whole lot long. It's farther. It's a shorter distance between there than it was with the Well Forge of Design. So weapons and gear, that's way further.
Gotcha. I actually have something while we're walking that I think I'd like to try.
Okay.
I would like to see if I can invoke my gauntlets and see if I could get like a sort of either pep talk or some sort of like advice support from my guardian mentor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I say, like, as the smorb is kind of glowing and you're seeing this treasure planet map, you hand it over to Emmi. So Emmi, you're holding it now. So yeah, try to go ahead and invoke your gauntlets.
That wasn't very good. I wasted my good roll just now practicing dice rolls. So that's gonna be a 7 total with my Arcana. But I have advantage.
Yeah, you have advantage. Yeah.
So I could go again.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Okay.
And that one's a 20.
Oh, is it? Awesome. So
We got the hot dice here, audience.
So yeah, your gauntlets. You've done this multiple times before, and as you try to do it once more, it almost feels like it kind of clicks. And so immediately, from the outside, there's just this like teal aura that goes around Jak, and his eyes almost go blank. And Jak, you just are transported into this area, and it looks like you're on top of a stone pedestal, and everything around you is like cloudy and wispy. And in front of you is an apparition of Paladin Pilgrim.
I love me Mark Hamill on a mountain. I love me some Last Jedi. Could just be yours. Could just be your best Chris Evans impression. When I imagine the real Jak Pilgrim, I imagine him as the most ideal Chris Evans acting performance, which is just Captain America.
Okay.
Yeah, I can try. So he comes up and he looks at you, and he goes, Rhett. And he just kind of gives you a big old hug. And like, you don't feel it, but you do. Like, you don't really feel it in your skin, you feel it in your heart.
Yeah. Which is even
better.
Even better?
And he says,
it's gonna be harder to not cry in front of everyone once I'm out of this.
He just looks at you, he's like, I am so proud. He's like, this is why I gave this to you.
I am certainly going to be crying after I'm out of this.
He's like, I know you didn't choose to be a guardian, but from what I can tell is happening now, you are. And I couldn't think of anyone else I would want to be their mentor.
I'm going to love telling Gray this. That's going to be so good.
Do you say that out loud?
I do.
Okay. He tells you, he says, tell everybody that I'm happy, I'm safe. I am dead. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, okay. My hopes were up for a little bit.
No.
So
no, don't get me wrong. I am dead.
Okay. But it's good to hear that you're happy.
Yes.
Yeah. Happy dead.
Well, this is everything we've trained for.
He's in a happy place.
And
I'm hoping to talk more to you about that.
I'm sure we will. But I will tell you two things. One, Short Marsh is an excellent paladin, and he will be a great teacher for you and your friend. So he has a different mindset than my generation of paladins did, but he is very wise. The other is, don't underestimate the insect glaive. Trust me, the 5 of them are very difficult.
Yeah, they really don't like me, and yeah, but that's good to know.
Make a flat roll, Tristan.
Just a flat roll.
Just a flat roll.
11.
Okay, you passed. There are 6 members of the insect glaive.
And I'm sorry, we always knew there were 6, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure. For a minute, I was like, oh,
I
have a sleeper agent.
I didn't want to. I was seeing if you would catch that, but I wanted to see if, like, in-game Jak caught that.
Which
you passed the roll, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you gonna say anything about it?
I'm gonna say, why only 5?
Well, those are the only 5 members. And for the sake of time, he lists everybody but Zert.
Okay. I don't know if I have the time, but like I guess like I leave him with the thread of like, well, there is Zert, the Burnt Knight,
and he looks at you and he says, "Oh, I'm not aware of them."
From our last battle with them, it kind of seemed like, pause, from what you described of Zert when we were fighting, did we caught that his armor and stuff looked like Guardian stuff, right?
Yeah. They have a Guardian's gauntlets
like
for sure,
it looks
and they're
like,
glowing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I tell him that too.
He looks super puzzled and borderline frightened by that. And Paladin Pilgrim says, "Well, regardless, keep a watch on those 6, and keep a watch on Zert, especially. I'll try to see what I can find about them." And he kind of says, "Well, you probably have to go sometime soon. Tell all the urchins I love them, and stay safe. I don't want to see you end up where I am." And he kind of
seems kind of nice.
Right.
I'll see you soon.
And then he waves, and then everything disappears. And when that happens, you realize you've still kind of been walking, but Droopy's been holding your hands, like leading you, because you basically went like blind. And you were shocked by the fact, because during that whole time, Emmi, you were watching the map intensely, and the Primordial Forge was already located, and the only other forge on this beacon was the Forge of Malice, the one that Moxie and Quentin were at. And as you were watching it, you noticed that its little dot kept getting smaller and smaller until it disappeared.
Oh, they took care of it.
The Forge of Malice.
They must have taken care of it. Do I say that?
Yes, but I need you to make a flat roll.
Okay. What is that?
16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pass as well.
Okay.
The dot disappears completely.
Oh.
You notice, as you notice, the Forge dot,
The other one.
just went blank, but this dot actually flat out disappeared.
Oh. So obviously I mentioned this.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, this map thing, the forge that they're at, the Malice one, disappeared.
Wait, let me take a look.
Look, it's disappeared.
Let me take a look, and we're having this conversation. I just need clarification from you. You said so the Wellforge Designs dot went empty, but the dot's like
It's still there.
It's still there.
okay,
Yeah.
but the Malice one, the dot just disappeared completely, as if it's not even there anymore.
Yes.
Are we still walking with
Yeah.
everybody?
He's still walking with everybody.
Short Marsh is around, huh?
He's not. He and Moxie are at. They were
I
supposed
knew
to go to the drop. Yeah, they were supposed to go to the drop-off point, and then they were going to go check out Malice.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And they are there now.
Well,
Presumably.
they were
Gotcha.
presumably.
Would you like to give him a call?
Yes.
Ring, ring.
Yes.
So, do you use your call clasp or the communicator? Because you technically still have the
I
communicator.
still have the communicator.
You should use that.
And we don't know how far away we are at this point. It may be, the call class may be a little,
Which one's stronger, call
Right.
clasp or communicator?
Probably the communicator because.
That's actual
It's
machine.
used by the forces. So.
Yeah, I mean, Moxie was able to talk to people in another city away,
Okay.
so probably the communicator.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
When you start dialing in, and you try to get a signal from Moxie, and you're just kind of like, "Hey,
Are you there?
like check, report." You hear a lot of like wind tunnel noise, but over it you do hear Moxie's voice, and she is just like, "Oh yeah, yes, this is Chief Moxie. Who's calling?"
This is Emmi. I just want to know if everything was okay because I'm noticing on our map thing that we have, the forge that you're at is disappeared.
I cut in the call too. I say, yeah, the entire dot is gone. What, are you guys okay?
Oh, okay. So, Yes, we're fine. Right now, only I can talk because me and Mr. Black Flag are currently on the back of Mr. Shortmarsh. He's a griffin. I didn't know he could do this, but
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's the win.
it's been a new day for me.
Are you flying? Ask me if you're flying this
You're
way.
flying, aren't you?
Yeah, so we're flying right to Tiger Turtle Canyon, so we're on our way.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were gonna land and tell you a little bit more. Hopefully that we'll be able to get there, but I assume we probably won't. Yeah, we learned a little bit more about that siphon stone. You've shown off there. Apparently the Glaive have been using that to take power away from the forges.
Perfect.
Oh, good.
We can use that.
Yes. All right, so we got one already.
Yes, but I also Mr. Shortmarsh told me that we shouldn't use it because this is directly getting energy out of the forge, which is good. It's destroying them, but the energy is still being contained.
So
in the
it
bad-
still exists.
Well, and in the wrong hands, I guess this could be bad.
Yes, Mr. Shortmarsh has informed me that all this power. The reason for opening all the world forges is to release all this power so that you can manipulate the universe, which sounds like a fairy tale to me, but apparently this is very real and this is what we're living with now.
Oh dear.
So the best course of action is for us to is for you guys to do what the Guardians did and drain it. Because this ripping of the power that they're doing, in short, is very unnatural, and it is messing with the energy flow of Noishing, and basically will be even more catastrophic than, just having the well forges activate.
So then, do we just destroy this sphere?
No, the stone.
The stone?
I mean, I've got it in my mind that it sounds like they've made the stones themselves. So, I mean, I've got it in my mind that any siphon stone we come across, we just take it and figure out how to destroy it. Because I don't know if we can just crush it with our feet.
Yeah, as a DM, I'll tell you, the one that you have was like a prototype. It was like one that was being built.
I was going to say, remember, it wasn't finished. It was missing bits.
The one that Zorva took at the Wellforged design, that one was intact.
Okay.
So,
And which one did they have? What did they have?
So, in episode 0 and before, Sylvian Valgeld had always talked about that that the Insect Glaive had already been to the Forge of Malice, and they've been to the Floral Well.
One, I guess we haven't really talked.
No,
about
in show terms, we haven't talked about that one at all, but it is referenced in episode 0.
Gotcha.
So,
Well, wait, and so was Sylvan then with them when they went to the Forge? Because they were going to go to the drop-off, then they were going to go to the Forge.
Oh, yeah,
So
okay,
Sylvan
yeah.
with
So
them?
so in the call, yeah, we asked
Hey, by the
where's
way,
Sylvian?
Where's Sylvan?
she says, we had someone, one of my officers come in and arrest him. He had a lot of choice words to say towards Mr. Shortmarsh, and I'll talk to him a little bit about, the repercussions of bribery and extortion. I don't know. It's been a rough day for me.
There's some trafficking charges you should definitely put in there too.
Yeah, probably. That's good. Thank you, Jak.
Yeah.
But he is being taken back to Sundew, where I said there's about 25 people going with you. There's about 5 of them who've stayed in Sundew,
back.
and are ready
Yeah.
to transport all the Insect Glaive members into a facility in Sixport.
Okay.
So, Sylvian Valgeld is now in custody as well.
Okay.
All right. So we're still walking. You've had your moment.
Yeah.
They're flying.
Yeah.
The dots disappeared.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
All right.
A lot's happened in the last few.
Last couple minutes.
A funny thing happened on
man.
the way to the Forge.
That's really good.
Thank you.
That's the episode title.
We get a cool Indiana Jones map. Passage of time happens.
Okay.
Basically, you guys are in right in front of Tiger Turtle Canyon. It's dark. It's very cloudy outside, so there's not a whole lot to see. So I am going to need everybody to make stealth checks to kind of move into place. Emmy, you're going to have disadvantage because you do not have dark vision.
Great. So I'm be bumping into stuff.
Yeah, don't worry about it though. You got.
I've been bumping into stuff.
Ooh, yeah, for sure.
Well, disadvantage. You rolled twice.
Oh, with disadvantage, I rolled twice. Thank God.
And you take the lower number.
Oh, thank God. I had 14.
Okay, but it's a disadvantage, so you do take the 4.
Yeah.
Like I said, I am not the stealthiest.
But what is your stealth number? Like, if we can add something to that 4.
Yeah. I don't know that it will help much.
I'm just, I'm being hopeful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. +1.
It's a 5.
Okay. 5. Tristan, what'd you get?
I got a 15. I got a 20. And I have advantage on that skill, so.
And you have night vision.
Yeah, I already have dark vision, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say for the most part, the East group, basically they're able to kind of get in position, and they do moderately well with Jak and Droopy and Gray kind of taking the lead a bit. Emmy, you're kind of stumbling a bit.
I think that because we all know how I am, that more than likely I kind of got like a little kid right behind Jak, like holding his belt.
Yeah.
Trying.
As we're like working our way through like
and
the dark.
Droopy's like next to me going like, I got this.
Right.
Because everybody knows that I'm not the stealthiest.
Yes.
So as the East group is making your way through, suddenly everything stops and there's a huge rumble, almost like an earthquake. And you hear part of the ground getting ripped up, and you can see that actually this whole area is getting slightly elevated.
Oh dear.
And then out from the center of the canyon, 4 colored lights shoot up into the air, and this roar becomes even louder. Now some of the lights are getting silhouetted by a large figure, who you can only assume is Irva. And these color lights are white, blue, red, and brown. The same brown that's matching the color of Irva. And then you guys hear a bunch of noise and huge commotion and yelling and screaming coming from the West group for sure.
Oh no.
And
in our West group.
That's Sander.
Yeah, that's Sander's group. And then from the North group, you hear minimal shouting. So a lot of stuff is happening right now.
Okay. But our group isn't shouting.
No, your group is safe.
Okay. We don't know what those sounds are, but we see the lights.
But
so.
can't we call can't I call Roderick or
Do you want to check in on him?
Yeah.
You try, but there's actually too much noise to where
I can't hear him.
you can't really hear anything.
Okay. I'm like, hey, I can't hear him.
All right. It's really hectic over there.
And Ander, same thing.
Nope. Yeah.
Can't hear him.
Nope.
Can't hear him.
Okay.
So I tried, but can't hear him.
Gotcha.
And don't forget that I have this daylight. So at any time, if we're
would you like to use daylight?
Would you like to use daylight now?
I guess I ask.
Should we?
Hey, who are we with? Oh,
we're with Gray.
Hey,
Oh, he's on fire too. So
it's a low glow.
Okay.
It's not.
Gotcha.
he's on low.
I always gotta mention it. Hold on. I'll do something first. What can I see from where we're at?
Oh, so with your dark vision, make a perception check.
Gotcha. Not the best. 6.
You can't see a whole lot. It's actually basically the screams from the District 6 officers is almost too loud for you kind of to register what's going on. The only person you see in front of the canyon is Irva.
Okay.
And that's just because of the low glow light.
And she's so big.
This is what I see with a 6. If I saw it with my +4 modifier of a 10, would that change anything?
Sure. You start to see that the reason these people are screaming is a lot of the constructs were in the woods as you guys were coming out, because there's a clearing into this. So the District 6 officers are getting attacked by the Displacer Beast, Spleen, and Nicholas.
Okay.
Zorva's nowhere to be seen right now.
Okay, so she could be
like on the other side.
Near us, actually, because it doesn't seem like a lot of the threats are near us unless they're waiting for us. And what does daylight say?
So daylight, it's a 3rd level spell.
Normal spell.
It's 60 feet, so that's definitely the area that you guys are in right now.
Is it just the area that Team East is in, or would it be able to encompass the other
It would
teams?
encompass the entire area.
Oh, okay, cool.
You can either choose it to come from like an item, or you can choose it to just shine an entire light.
Well, let's do the whole entire.
Okay, so
Area.
you basically do like a football stadium floodlight.
Yeah.
And that's basically, and even with the loud click, it lights up, and you kind of see what's going on now.
And that should help the others too.
Oh, yeah.
Because that way everybody can see what's going on.
Yeah.
So as of right now, Falone stumbles kind of out of the woods, and you see that he's been hurt a little bit, with Zorba kind of coming up right behind him. And he starts, casting spells, and she's kind of moving out of the way. She's now armored. She's not wearing her like traditional like tank top, no armor. She's actually wearing stuff, and she's pretty decked out.
And she was the one that was shot.
Yeah,
So I guess she healed up.
she's looking pretty good right now.
Dang.
Oh, man.
And then Andrew comes out of the woods. He's fine, but he has the displacer beast kind of coming after him, and has his little hand axe, and he's just been swinging it back and forth, getting it lodged right into its tentacles, doing his best to kind of move out of the way. Pretty much all of the other District 6 officers you don't see, but you can hear that they're still fighting in the woods.
Okay, that's good.
And as soon
So
as
we're gonna need to, as they're coming towards us, we're gonna need to shoot like at them, at Zorba, at the displacer beast.
So what happens is the 8 officers that were with you, they're just kind of like, all right, it's do or die. And they run out and they start launching their harpoons into Irva, the construct, to kind of keep her mobilized.
Okay.
We'll see how well they do.
Let's see how well they do. And then, so we're gonna have to hit them with something.
Actually, can I try to help them out real quick?
Sure.
I command Gray and I say, hey, give them some cover or something.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he says, okay, yeah, you got it, boss. You didn't say Lawrence, so he doesn't think you're mind controlling him.
Right.
So,
'Cause you don't know.
Yeah.
he says, hey, it looks like you guys kind of have an opening. Probably head into the center of the canyon. And he's like, we kind of got it up here, more or less.
Cool.
So he runs out and he kind of has his harpoon. He hasn't shot it yet, but he's covering the guys that are successfully holding Irva down.
Okay.
So
since we're supposed to be making a run for it,
you can.
then I guess we better.
Yes, we do.
So us and Roderick and not
Roderick.
Droopy.
Yeah, us and
Okay,
Droopy.
we're gonna go.
Yeah, so as you do that, you kind of see Brutus has kind of been tagging along behind you guys. So yeah, you guys see an opening. Your friends, they aren't in a whole lot of danger, but things aren't looking good. Regardless, you guys rush down into the this slope that's leading into the forge. And when you guys kind of run down into the forge, you notice that there was kind of a significant drop from the
elevation.
Yeah,
It's just like a big slope.
Yeah, and you realize the area that they're fighting on right now is starting to get kind of torn up, but you is physically moving up in the air.
I wonder who's doing that.
Wait, so is it that like the battlefield that everyone else is on is going up, or is it that maybe the place we're on is moving down? Are we able to tell?
It's the former.
The former. So the
this
battlefield
part
is moving up.
up.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so you start descending into the forge, and you can see that this is sort of where the source of these lights are coming from.
Okay, cool.
So is the forge? Like in a cave, sort of.
It's
thing?
it as you kind of go down, you realize it's in the base of this canyon. In this base of the canyon, there is a large dome that's made out of very, very ancient stone. The stone has been there a long time, but there's a lot of dirt that's covering over it. So it looks like that this is dormant for a while. And so as you guys go down, there is this large, nearly like 8-foot tall, very intricate doorway with a bunch of different symbols on it. A lot of these symbols you recognize of when you saw the Wellforger design had these symbols on it. And one of them is the Departed Guardians.
Oh yeah, right.
But these doors are completely busted open. It is totally broken up.
They probably did all that.
It does not look like it open naturally. And standing there waiting for you is the burnt knight Zert.
Oh boy, that's great.
When we run in, is it the sort of thing where we're running into the room, or is it the sort of thing where we can run into the room and hide real quick? Do we notice each other, I guess is what we're saying.
No, because it's this
It's just a straight
slope
canyon.
Yeah.
going
And
into
he's standing right there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just
Yeah.
I was just
we're
hoping for a
screwed.
sneak attack. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
No sneak attack. He's just standing there waiting.
Yeah. I warned Droopy and you. I just tell you, we can't underestimate these guys.
Droopy goes, well, okay, well, it looks like they're getting ready for a fight. And then when you see that Zert puts down its face mask, which again, its armor looks like a rhinoceros beetle, or at least its helmet does. And then they slam their gauntlets together and it starts glowing. And then I need you guys to roll for initiative.
Cool. I want to do the same thing he does.
Okay. What'd you do?
I got a good roll.
Good.
Yeah. What's yours?
And plus, what's your initiative?
Um.
Oh my god. I got 19.
Hey.
Hey.
So yours is higher than mine. With my initiative, mine's a 20. So this number on the character sheet is a plus number, right?
Yeah, plus one.
Okay.
Okay,
don't
so
know
I
why
got a
put
20.
I put mine as an asterisk. Cool. So
Yeah, I think we both got 20.
yeah, we both got 20.
We got 20s.
Nice.
So we can gauntlet too.
You can try.
Come on. Bring it on.
So because of your con in lessons learned, Zert will go first. Because of the little feat that I have called One Step Ahead, which means that every Insight Glaive member you fight, whoever is the highest ranking person in that group, will always go first.
Zerk's the only one there, so he gets to go first anyway. Cool.
Ah,
Good.
great.
So
I'm smiling very hard.
Zert is closest to the door, and in front of them is Jak and Emmi side by side, Droopy kind of closer to Emmi, and then Brutus in the back.
Okay.
Does that fit with you guys?
Sure.
Zert runs again at this really incredible speed.
Oh boy. He doesn't look to be that fast.
It's Avatar.
And is it a Naruto run? Well, I'll leave that up to you guys.
It is. It is a Naruto run.
And they are just going to make a full-fledged acrobatics check.
Who's it on?
Zert runs and does a flip over the three of you and lands right behind.
He's gonna do a superhero landing. Superhero landing. Hard on the knees.
Right next to Brutus and takes a swing at him.
Whoa, how'd he do rolling against it, Brutus? Is he okay?
No, it hits Brutus.
Okay.
Ooh, there we go. And just does this 1-2 punch, totally decks him in the face. And he's still up, but man, he's looking pretty bad. And he kind of puts his arms up, getting ready to box.
Oh, good. Okay.
Jak, it's your turn.
Okay.
Only because you're faster than Emmi is.
Yes.
Yes.
Droopy's in front of me, so I guess I kind of step
Push-
forward, push
yeah,
him to the
push him
side
to the
real
side.
quick and step forward. And I guess I try to invoke the Arcana in my gauntlets.
Okay.
And real quick, have I ever tried to do an Iron Man blast with these gauntlets?
No, but if you succeed, you will.
Cool.
Not if.
I got a 14, and I can roll again because advantage.
Yes.
Yes. Just thought I should make that clear. I got a 12. That's a 16. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. What you do is, your gauntlets start glowing. Paladin Pilgrim kind of whispers in your ear, and he tells you, he says, slam your gauntlets together. And so when you do, you create this little sonic boom that comes out, and you cast Thunderous Smite.
Cool. Hold on. Just for visuals, do I Wonder Woman smash him click him like that, or do I clap my hands together Hulk style?
Oh, that's up to you.
Or even like this.
Yeah. So I try to do it two hands out like Iron Man, but once he tells me that, I go, oh okay, and I clap it like Hulk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when
That makes that big thunder thing.
Yeah. Yeah, thunderclap, but it's thunder
Thunderclap.
smite is the
okay, cool. I will say invoking your gauntlets is an action. This is a bonus action.
So I can try something else? Or wait, I already invoked my gauntlets. I'm dumb. My bad.
So I need you to roll 2d6.
Cool.
For damage.
That's 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I need to succeed a strength saving throw. Zert takes 5 damage and gets blown back 10 feet upwards onto the slope.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately so does Brutus. He's not knocked out, but he did get blown back some, and so now he's kind of
Hurt and knocked down.
yeah, but he's trying to get back up.
Okay.
Zert is completely prone.
Oh, perfect. Good job.
Cool.
We look at you and we look at your gauntlets like at the same time.
I tell Emmy, take notes.
Yeah. Okay. These things work.
Yeah.
And Droop, you just look at Droopy and goes, my ears, they're ringing.
Oh, it's okay, baby. You should have gotten him
Emmy,
earplugs. Yes.
it's your turn.
Oh dear. And so, was that the only person that was there in front there?
Yeah, there's only Zert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So shouldn't we go on forward?
We should. I know it's Emmy's turn, but like, I mean, in my mind, I want to run for Brutus and then try to book it, because that's what I was thinking before he said that Brutus got blown away. That we would just book it and run in.
If Emmy wants to start running in,
Okay.
I think that'd be fine.
Me and Droopy start running in. You go get Brutus.
Okay.
Because all I'm thinking of is we gotta shut this thing down.
Gotcha. So I guess real quick, you go, come on, Droopy, and then you yell for me to go get Brutus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so that's exactly what happens. Emmy, you run in. Droopy's right behind you. Jack, you run and you start helping Brutus back up to his feet, and he's looking pretty hurt.
But even if we have to just put him to the side of the cave, then you can just continue on. Look, with
I gotta check on him. We'll see.
yeah.
Well, yeah, Emmy, you're now in the building. You're away from the group, and Jack, as you're kind of going back, Zert's starting to stand back up, and they look at you. Come back. You see through their
Eye holes.
yeah, like eye socket, like a glow, like a flash.
Oh, good. All right, maybe I gotta keep him distracted.
Oh, I mean, and they're still kind of trying to get back up.
Get back up.
Mhm.
Okay. I guess once he says that, would I be able to take a turn? Like, I don't know if like an initiative, like who's next.
I would say, well, it's actually Brutus.
But since he's down,
I would say that you guys are like, you are now way closer to the door. In terms of initiative order, Brutus's was just kind of getting up and like moving, so you
Okay.
moved with him.
Okay. Does Droopy take a turn?
Droopy's turn was running with Emmy.
Right.
Zert will go next because like we just kind of did a bunch of basically movement was everybody's
Yeah.
turn.
right?
Okay.
And I didn't know if maybe does he call me? Do I go back out?
We will see. Yeah.
And you got your call clasp anyway.
Yeah,
but you're not
too
you're
far.
you're not too far. We can yell for
No.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you need to.
Yeah.
'Cause I guess I'm just trying to see what's in there.
As Zert is trying to stand back up, they click their gauntlets back together and they do an Iron Man blast and they cast Eldritch Blast at you.
That sounds really, really bad. What do I roll for
Well,
against that?
Yeah, to
D20?
try to get see if you can dodge it.
No, I gotta. It's gonna hit you.
You got a nice 20, didn't you?
No. Yeah, I probably did.
Okay, good.
Oh no, I didn't. It still hit you. It's 17, but
Oh.
your armor class is.
Oh,
than
it's
that.
against mine. Okay, great.
So
Can I do a
Un-
cunning action?
you can do Uncanny Dodge.
That's the one. That's what I said. Uncanny dodge.
Yeah, so you can take half of whatever this is gonna be.
All right.
Oh, okay. You're gonna take 1 damage.
Cool.
So
So just It's just a mere flesh wound.
Yeah, it's
Just
like it's a slight graze as this just beam of energy comes out and like
At this point in the fight, I've got my clothes are a bit raggy and tattered.
yeah. So there's just a new hole in your fancy poncho that
Yeah.
you've torn up.
I'm mad about that.
But they're still kind of incapacitated, so this gives you enough time to, if you want to get away, you can.
What I want to do is like toss like one of my minor potions to Brutus, and like he'd be like well enough to try to take that, right?
He's just next to you, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I like hand that to him, and
What's the other thing you want to do?
the other thing I want to do is I'd have to ready it. I want to attack him, but like I know I don't have am I able to do Eldritch Blast?
You can
Try.
Okay,
because if not, like I was probably gonna do another thunderclap.
It worked before.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do Thunder Smite.
Okay, so yeah, you luckily that's actually a bonus action too. So
cool. Oh, so giving the potion to Brutus was an action?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you give it to him, and you guys are just now backing up, and he drinks it. He takes back just a bit of health. That's not a whole lot, but now at least he's up a little bit more.
He's able to run more with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he runs into the door, and you just start backing up into the door, and yeah, you do another thunderous smite.
Cool.
I like thunderclap better.
Thunderclap.
Yeah.
That's the way I do it.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
in game, that's the move. If this were a video game, that's
okay.
what it'd be called.
In the players.
But actually, you do it again. So what Thunder Smite like normally does is it says the first time you hit with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your weapon rings with thunder, and it's audible 300 feet around you, and it deals this damage. So I would say this is like your last time you're able to do it.
Okay.
So you've hit one of your gauntlets. Now you're hitting the other one.
Oh, okay.
To count as the two different weapons you're hitting.
Oh, okay. So cool.
And again, you knock Zert back another 10 feet.
He's further back. Cool.
Okay, so he's got to be pretty hurt.
Yeah, they're pretty hurt.
Yay!
We run. What I want to do is get Brutus to catch up with them, and I will stay behind just to make sure Zert doesn't run after all of us. So it's like I'm staying behind to fight him. Kind of, yeah.
Do you ever enter the door?
I entered the door. Like I'm kind of slowly making my way in, but I don't have the intent of catching up with them until I at least incapacitate Zert.
Okay, so can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay. When Brutus catches up to us, I guess I look at him and assess that him, and ask him, is he okay? And maybe I should do some kind of healing on him because I have this.
Yeah, you can. He's a little under half health right now. You instead of using a spell, you may have a healing potion.
Well, for whatever reason, I guess I still have 2 healing potions.
I think you have. I think you have 1.
Okay. Now, and here's the thing: if he's not that bad, I wouldn't want to use it. I just don't know how bad he is.
He's about half health. So.
Should definitely give him
Okay.
that one. Yeah.
So then, if I give it to him, is that an action, or is that okay to just do?
Yeah, you can just do it. So because
Okay, now I have none.
yeah.
Oh yeah. In terms of the fight, like, would you say that they've kind of broken off from the fight and it's just me and Zert then?
Yeah, I would say pretty much the whole fight is, especially at this point, kind of over. Brutus is about. You give him the healing potion, he drinks another one, and this is like the second potion he's drinking in the past 5 minutes.
Oh.
But you can see that his nose is a little broken, and now it's healing back together. So
Some colors coming back.
yeah, he looks pretty good now. Okay. Now he's back up to normal health, and now that you kind of all are back together, and Jak's just kind of backing into this room, and close to the door, ready for when or if Zert comes back. You are now in the Primordial Forge.
Okay.
So in this entrance of the Primordial Forge, everything is lit. So you can see everything pretty clearly.
Okay.
And you are currently on a platform that is overlooking a chamber. To the left and right of you are a set of stairs leading downward into this chamber or this zone that looks incredibly different from the platform. This chamber is, as of right now, completely stark white, and it's constantly filled with wind. So there's just this wind coming out all about it. Now, across from you, it's a pretty far distance too. There is another set of stairs and a platform. It's mirroring the one that you're on. The only thing that's different is there's a large fountain that looks like a waterfall that is spilling upwards from the stark white chamber. And in the base of these fountains are multiple colored stones. And occasionally they're getting kicked up from this upwards waterfall into another little basin. But the stones that are moving are matching what the color of the room
Oh,
is.
okay. So it's white stones that are moving.
Yeah.
Moving up.
They're moving upwards.
Okay, into a basin that is just like on the ceiling.
It's on a platform. So
Oh,
they're
okay.
basically like two platforms and then this lower chamber.
Oh, okay.
If anybody has played Kingdom Hearts 1 and has been to Hallow Bastion, which is like one of the final levels of the game, this looks very similar to the staircase that you go into.
Is because I remember
It's
Hollow
right.
Bastion.
It's right before you fight.
Riku.
Yeah, I'll say Riku.
Okay,
Whatever. It's Kingdom
my
Hearts.
bad.
I don't care if I
Oh,
spell
I
that.
mean, like I was gonna ask. These are like things that we.
Oh, it's the only thing
Yeah.
that we're gonna notice. But hey, if someone listens to a D&D podcast, chances are they play Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
then, but like I was gonna ask him, like it sounds a lot like Pyre, with the
Oh, yeah, a
the
little bit.
white. I mean, right now it's white, but the white whole area, but then the fall like going upwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the water that is kind of there matches the liquid that we've been seeing in all the different well forges. So
okay.
like when the
That's what I was wondering.
well forge design,
Yes.
it was green. Roderick coughed up like black water.
Yep.
It was malice. This one is matching what the color of the room
Okay.
is. And
So
then,
how can I get to it?
well, you can go down the stairs and walk across the chamber leading to the other set of stairs. But you don't really feel like doing that right now because on the opposite platform, standing right next to the basin, kind of collecting these stones, is the Hive King.
Oh.
And then behind him, standing completely still, are Matic and Gordy.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is you. I'm the farthest back. I got the rear. This
And
is
all
all
I
you.
got. All I got is Droopy.
Yeah. Oh, and Brutus, but
He's going to be so distracted with the brothers.
yeah.
Oh dear.
So what do you do?
Is there anything you guys would like to do?
Because I was going to use my gauntlets, in the forge water. So
That's all the way up.
It's on the other side, though. It's
Yeah.
where the Hive
Yeah.
King is.
So I got to go
Yeah, you basically got to go through this chamber.
through. No, not only through the chamber, but I got to go address the Hive King.
through them. Yes.
Do I call you? Can I call?
I
him?
mean-
He's like within 10 feet from you. You're
Oh,
pretty.
okay.
You're pretty close to the door. You're all like really in this vicinity together.
Oh, okay.
But I will tell you that my focus is on our back.
Yeah, but you're
So-
you're looking back, so I say, Jack, look at it. Look what's ahead of us. Look who's here.
Oh, good.
And I go,
And when you say that, the Hive King looks up and he looks at the two of you and he goes, "Well, I can see you.
hi.
Hello. Well, it's good to meet the two of you finally."
You're big. You're a lot bigger in person.
Yeah. So like describing him, he is just this very, very gargantuan.
You're very gargantuan.
He takes off his helmet, and you just see this bearded half orc.
Great.
And he's got a huge long braid that goes down his back and like right straight to his butt. He has insanely long hair.
Khal Drogo.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Game of Thrones.
His beard is just super thick and full, and it stops about near his neckline. He doesn't have a neck beard, but it's just Now I said that. Now that's
I mean,
what
like
everybody
he
thinks.
does, but it's like just so thick you can't even.
See the neck.
His face is kind of long too. Again, movie references. Think of Thanos. There you go.
Oh.
You did say his armor was yellow, so like
Yeah.
it's-
Emmy, this as you see him, you totally recognize this is the guy like years ago who rescued you from Josephine's
Oh, that's right.
place, that lady who kidnapped you.
Okay.
Except his beard was much darker when you met him. This is very, very grayish white.
Yeah, he's older.
And he kind of looks at you guys and he sets his helmet down and he picks up a couple more stones and putting them into this bag. And you can see he's wearing like really, really thick gauntlets. So these stones aren't affecting him. And as that happens, he's just still kind of doing it. And there's another earthquake and the chamber that is containing all the white wind shifts and it turns into this very rocky, muddy brown chamber. The fountain changes color and the stones start getting kicked up.
So I'm across from him, but we obviously can talk.
Yeah, and you can hear better now because there's not a lot of wind.
Not as much wind.
Okay.
So can I talk to him?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'll go, I recognize you. I think you were the nice guy that helped me years ago to escape from that crazy lady's house.
Is he?
Yeah, I think this guy actually helped me years ago.
And he looks, and he starts picking up more stones, and he goes,
Josephine, that's that woman's name.
"Yes, I do recognize you, Miss Hilltopper,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Emmy, yes, yeah.
And you're Jack Pilgrim."
That's me.
Yeah.
And then he looks at the other two, and he goes, "I know who you are, Brutus, and I'd like to talk to you in a minute." And he just kind of disregards Droopy. And he said, "Yes, I am the man who rescued you from that woman."
Well, thank you. And you know what? Right now, I'd like to return the favor. I know that you've probably noticed all of these earth shakes and stuff. We've been trying to deal with all these other forges because they are coming apart at the seams. They've done terrible things to them, to the other ones, and
Yeah, I think you guys did that, right?
well, hey, Jack, stop. And so,
Well, he's right.
yeah, I know, but that's beside the point. Right now, the important thing is to just shut them down and let everybody go off on their ways, and let's try not to hurt each other.
Well, that's all up to you. No, I frankly do not want to hurt anyone. It's part of the reason why I saved people like you. I only hurt and stop and kill the ones who have hurt me. I don't know how much you knew about that woman Josephine.
Mm-mm.
She was a witch. She was a hag. She never knew what she was talking about.
No, she
She was no better than Orenstall or the other members of the galley. And he says that and he turns and he keeps doing what he's doing.
Nope, didn't know her at all.
I say, hey, what are you doing? What are those stones?
Well, they're berserker stones. They come specifically from the Primordial Forge. And they will help me build an army that will protect myself.
Well, okay.
From what?
Well, presumably people like you. And then when he says that, there's another earthquake and a change. And the next rotation is a room that is full of fire.
Oh,
And so the water changes red. The stones become red. And he says, "Oh, okay. Yes, I was waiting for this one specifically." And he takes one of the stones and he gives it to Matic, who starts turning to stone. But instead of brown, it's red. At that point, Brutus is like yelling. And he says, "You can come and try to stop me if you'd like."
Well, our goal was just to disarm and stop the forge.
Is Zert anywhere near?
Zert's getting closer. Kind of as you turn back, they're doing sort of like a cat thing where like they're prowling on you, but
Oh, they're
as
like...
soon as you turn, they stopped.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
wasn't he hurt?
Yeah, but they got back up in the middle of this conversation.
I mean, what is Brutus just yelling, or does
Yeah.
he even try to?
I mean,
to
he's
go forward.
He runs down the stairs, but when he like gets to this chamber, I mean, there's a lot of fire. He doesn't know what to do.
I yell for him. I say, "Bruce, calm down. We need to stick together."
And he says, "Yes, Brutus, this is only for a moment. You want to shut these forges down. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing.
How's that?
I'm letting all the energy be expunged through this forge, through this area.
Yeah?
And once that happens, my people can contain it and we can be on our way.
With your siphon stone?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if we could let that happen.
I don't see why. I mean, you're trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, but this siphon stone, we can't have this out here. We can't let this power leave here.
Why not? Are you worried about bad people getting a hold of it?
Yeah.
And so what else can we do? What else, other than taking these stones, what else will shut it down?
I mean, the only other thing I can think of is charging. And I don't know, like...
I was actually talking to him.
Hi, yeah.
Other than that what you're doing, what else can speed up the process of shutting this forge down?
Well, presumably, you Guardians can take it down yourself, or we can just let the magic run out, and just be drained out quickly. It really helped out that Irva Moonkaren used the stone for herself, because when she turned into a construct, and as she's saying all this, Matic has now become sort of like this fire construct. He says the more this energy is being expunged, the more that it will be released into the siphon stone. And then once that the energy runs out, the siphon stone contains it and the forge disappears.
Which is may have what happened to the other one. Did you know that the other one has disappeared?
Oh, you talking about the floral well or the malice well?
Malice is now disappeared.
Well,
and we know that for a fact.
Well, they both are.
Oh, perfect.
So yeah, you don't have to worry about those anymore.
So what about if I go across the way there and put my gauntlets in?
Well, I won't particularly care for that too much, and I might try to stop you. But you might have an issue doing that in this particular chamber. The next one, however, and then as he says that, there's another earthquake, and it changes into water. So there is there's a huge the chamber is filled.
Oh, I see. Because before it was fire.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that would've been...
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's water again, and so now I'm good with water. We've done this before.
You charge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't recommend it. I know, Miss Hilltopper, you haven't done super well with water, or particularly floods.
Well, yeah, that was when I was a kid, okay?
I understand, and that's something a kid should never go through.
Yes.
Tranquility Bay should have been financed more. Do you know how the dam broke?
No, actually I don't.
I'll tell you. Nobody cared about it. Nobody went to Tranquility Bay, and as he says this, he picks up another stone and he gives it to Gordy, who starts changing. He says, we have, in No Wishing, live in a place where we are ruled by kings and queens, even though we're all in separate provinces. The Galley are supposed to help people. They certainly didn't help the people of Tranquility Bay.
No, nobody.
That little, wonderful, small, rustic town had a huge travesty done to it.
Yep.
They lost a member of their community.
Until I guess y'all picked him up, brainwashed him, and trained him as your own.
That was never my intention.
Well.
I met Jairus long after that. No, I wouldn't do anything that harsh. That is all on Jairus.
Okay.
But you're affiliated with Jairus.
Yeah.
In fact, you're in charge of Jairus. And I'd say, intentions aside, your actions speak a bit louder than your intentions.
Sure, but my hands aren't dirty.
Nice. Okay, so again,
That pisses me off, actually.
Jack.
That pisses me off, and
However,
I decide to walk up and stand next to Brutus. I go down and stand next to Brutus.
Okay. So as Gordy starts turning into this water construct, also I have to...
Is Maddox still a fire construct, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if he changed with the room, too, but...
Oh,
no, he didn't change with the room because he got
he
fire
got the
stone.
He got the stone.
And he gave him a water stone. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I had to change the order.
And so Gordy does what now?
Oh, I mean, Gordy's just now becoming a construct as well. So they're not as big as Irva. but they're pretty tall. They're maybe about 7 feet in terms of the thing going around them.
Well, Morty's gonna enjoy being taller.
That's if he knows what's going on.
Well, probably not. And me, all I want to do is stick my gauntlets in the dang water while it's still water.
So Hive King, he turns back and he says, well, now there's only one brother left. And he says, Brutus, I know you've done some work with Jareth. You helped him out a bit. If you help me out, you can join your brothers. We'll just wait for the next chamber to go, and you will take the final stone, and the siphon stone will do its business, and we won't have to worry about this anymore.
Bruce, you don't have to do it like this. I know you want your brothers back. I know you want to be with your brothers, but you don't want to do that. Do that like this.
And we're like yelling at him, going, "No, no, no!"
Yeah.
And he's listening to you. He's not. He's just kind of has his eyes on Hive King. And Hive King, he says, "Oh, I still got my offer for Brutus. I'll stick it out for you guys as well. You don't need to be a part of this Guardian business. Look, you can just join me instead."
What, and end up like that thing back there?
Why would we want to
I'd point back at the burnt knight.
And he said, again, that was never my intention.
Never your intention.
No, it's not.
A lot of things keep happening, whether you want it to or not, it seems like.
But once all of the forges and the magic is dealt with, we can change it however way we wanted. Any mistakes that I might have made, which I say yes, I've made mistakes. I can fix them.
And you think what you want is what's best for everybody?
Well, I don't. Well, who else other than me? I've had everything taken away from me. My friends, my love, my child, everything's been taken away from me.
You're not the only one. I just kind of motion at everyone in the room.
And he goes, well, I'm the only one doing something about it.
Well, we're trying to do something about it. We're trying to do the right things.
You know, not turn brothers into stones and...
But at least the family is together. At least they don't have to feel forced apart. At least they don't have to watch people be murdered or be sent out like assassins. I don't think you understand what the Galley have done to me or the Calling Hornets.
Well, clearly everyone has made mistakes along the way. We're just trying to do what's right here and now. And
your idea of doing what's right, you just sound like another Galley member.
Whoa. Not gonna sound like anything.
How can we trust any of you?
Well, we clearly
a treasure hunter, a thief. I mean, I'm no better than you guys.
No.
Yeah. So what makes you think that you can do something like this? We're doing work that doesn't hurt anyone else, but us. We put our gauntlets in that, and we take away the power. And it takes something away from us, but it doesn't hurt anybody else but us. Do you understand what I'm saying here? You do way more collateral damage than we do.
And then he looks, and he kind of looks back at the two of you, and he goes, well, I guess we'll just have to see, won't we? And then the chamber rotates again, and it goes back to air. So you can walk on this floor, but it is there's a heavy wind going through. So if I would say, if you guys want to put your gauntlets in, time is probably now.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Once he says that, and it goes to wind, I try. I mean, like I just invoke my gauntlets. I can't think of what else I do.
Okay.
I just ready them, I guess.
Yeah, roll for Arcana.
Cool.
And given that I've never done it, I'm gonna have to like look at you and go,
You've seen me do it before.
So you just.
I mean, do you want to try?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I got a 1.
Well, you have advantage.
But I do have advantage. So.
Okay, you better try again.
I got a 14. That's an 18.
Okay, I would say they just kind of start charging up, and they start glowing again. Once that happens, I would say Zert starts kind of like getting around you by the back of the stairs. Hive King stays where he is, and it's just kind of like standing there.
I mean, yeah, like I do that. I'm charging.
Okay, so you're gonna start running.
Yeah. So I start running.
Emmi, what do you want to do?
I did want to do my gauntlets.
Okay, so you need to roll for Arcana.
Yeah. Oh,
5.
so yeah, 5 is not good.
For whatever reason, you watch Jak run and you try to do the same thing he did, but
Yeah.
it's just not clicking.
Yeah,
There's not a whole lot going on.
All right, cool.
But do you run like kind of right behind him?
Well, yeah. I mean, I stay with him, but I'm like still going like kind of like when you're trying to start one of those lighters and you're
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. Yeah, like we're running. Okay. Yeah. Is Brutus running with us?
Yeah, I would say everybody is.
Everyone is? Oh,
So we need
we're
to roll
charging.
for initiative.
We're doing an Avengers Infinity War run. An Infinity War trailer run.
Oh my god!
I guess we'll just have to see, won't we?
I think you have like a 9.
Yeah.
I have a 2.
Yeah, we don't have the best initiative here.
Okay. That's okay though.
Oh, wait.
Because Mr. Big Brutus got a 20.
Oh, good. Thank God.
Good.
Okay, so the order is going to go Hive King because of lessons learned. He goes first. Highest ranking member. He is the king. Hive King, Big Brutus, Zert, Jak, Droopy, Emmy.
Okay.
So Hive King just kind of stands there. He doesn't really do too much. He just kind of picks up the last Berserker Stone, a white Berserker Stone, and he checks something, but you can't really see, especially from where you're at. And he just kind of looks and he stands and he's just watching you guys. Brutus runs with all his might, and he's going to, and he starts yelling and he goes, "Give me back my brothers!" And he jumps in the air in hopes to have the air that is pushing it, like
To ride the airwave.
yeah.
Yeah.
He had a little bit of resistance, but he was able to lift off a little bit, and now he's about halfway through the chamber, and he's closest to the left set of stairs. Zert runs behind you guys and is going to try to do another Eldritch Blast, and is attacking Jak. Good. What's your armor class?
13.
It's a miss.
Cool.
Awesome.
So they turn
Because you're so awesome.
and shoot.
Turned and you went.
Yeah, and it just with the wind, with everything, it just dodges. Doesn't even leave a hole in your cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because you're so quick.
Yes, I am. I mean, like I'm faster than average.
Jak, it's your turn.
Yes. So I'm running, and I actually want to run past him and get to the water, or yeah,
The fountain.
to the fountain.
Okay. That will be an athletics check.
Cool.
And you'll probably have disadvantage because there's so much wind going
Yeah.
on. So, do your best.
I mean, my modifier is 3, so that's 6.
Okay, so you are running, and you're feeling some resistance. So you get about halfway through the chamber, but you're maybe by the next time of your turn, you'd get closer to the fountain.
Okay, there's a lot of wind resistance. I'm pushing against that. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. You're saying I'd get closer to the fountain on my next turn, but like, am I close to the Hive King and like Brutus right now, or?
No, because I would say you were at the lower part of the fountain because it's a fountain, and then it goes upwards into a little basin.
Yes.
He's up top.
Okay, where the basin is. Okay, gotcha.
Were you trying to get to him, or are you trying to get to?
I mean, I'm just trying to get to the water.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Emmy.
Same thing.
Sorry, Droopy. My bad.
Okay.
Oh, well, what do you want to do? Droopy will do the same.
Okay, yeah, because I basically am trying to get to the water because I would like to put my gauntlets in, but I gotta get them started.
Sure.
I gotta.
So I will say do the same thing as Tristan. Do the athletics roll. And Droopy's going to aid you. That's
Okay.
that's what he's going to do.
And athletics is like your thing, isn't it?
Well,
Or, oh, sorry, that's strength, right?
yeah. No.
It's at a disadvantage too.
No.
+2. Okay, so 14.
But roll again.
Oh.
In case you get a lower number.
15.
Okay, so it'd be the 14.
Okay.
So 14 plus 2 or just 14?
That was with 2.
Okay.
Because you rolled a 12.
Oh, right. 14. Yeah.
So yeah, you Droopy does his best. He kind of like he pushes you a little bit.
He's trying to push me like.
And he's doing that, but he's getting less traction, so he's kind of floating up in the air.
Oh, great.
He's very confused.
Oh dear.
I would say, Emmy, you are able to get to the fountain. So if you wanted to like grab it,
Okay, I
you
can
can-
grab onto the fountain.
Yeah.
That's fine. I just haven't.
Do you want to try invoking your gauntlets again?
Well,
Yeah,
can
I would say yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm at 11.
Okay, so you're hanging on, the wind's kind of picking you up, and your gauntlets start to glow, and so you start to drain some of the power a little bit, and you see some of the water kind of going down. And Hive King kind of looks down at you, and he just goes, You don't need to be doing this. I have it handled. And then with that, there is another there's another bit of shakiness and a rumble, and everything shifts to the next chamber.
Uh-oh.
So I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws.
Cool.
And I want to know what's that next thing.
It should be dirt.
Justin's right.
Yeah.
Very good. Dexterity. 12.
And then mine is 17 plus 5.
Like, as soon as the earthquake happens, actually Zert and both Hive King fall. This rumble was way bigger than before.
Oh.
And so everything shifts. Brutus is able to jump onto the set of stairs, and Emmy, you're still holding on to the fountain. Jak, you take a running leap, and you basically jump right into the water of the fountain.
That was my intention.
Which is now dirt.
Yeah, so it starts kicking up some mud, and everything switches. Moving the chamber, taking Droopy with him. With it, and so Droopy's going, guys, I don't know where I'm going.
But it is just dirt.
No, it's
mud.
It's a whole new chamber.
Oh.
So everything has rotated.
Oh.
So now you realize everything's been on a track.
Mm-hmm.
So now Droopy is kind of like within the walls.
Oh, good.
And so Jak, since you have just landed into the water of the forge, you don't get a experience like what happened with Emmy, because it's almost shallow. You're able to step in it, but you start hearing voices. You start hearing noises. It starts out with, you hear like a couple voices like, wait, what is this? What am I doing here? And then you hear a familiar voice say, yeah, sorry, bud. Well, better get used to it. This is kind of what we're stuck with right now. And then you hear another voice say, yeah, all of it is thanks to that woman right there. And she goes, I'm sorry, it's not mine, Nicholas. It's yours. You would have never been here if the displacer beast never got caught. And he goes, well, I would have never been here if it wasn't for those stupid idiots. And then you hear another voice go, hey, don't call my friends idiots. Come on. Okay, for clarification, the voices you hear are actually Irva, Nicholas, and Spleen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other voices you're kind of assuming are District 6 members.
Okay. I mean, so I'm in the water, like, am
So they're not
I like
here.
waiting?
He's just hearing.
He's just hearing.
what's going on actually somewhere else.
And in the past,
Somewhere, no, not in the past. Somewhere else is a very good example of that.
Yeah.
wait.
Somewhere else.
Oh.
Like, yeah, see, you're picking up on something else that's going on, but because you're in that water
Yeah,
thing.
magic water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super disoriented. I just, as you were describing, am I like kind of knee deep? Like,
Yeah,
leg
knee deep.
I just put the gauntlets I've already kind of invoked like in the water.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I just kind of like crouch down or like get on all fours, I guess, and just kind of like so that the gauntlets are in the water.
Yeah, sure.
I guess.
Roll for Arcana.
It's 10. That's 14. Do that again. That's the same. It's 14.
It seems like it's starting to work.
Okay.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Cool. 18.
Okay. I would say as of right now, you are kind of able to withstand.
Since he's been doing all that, has it reduced it?
Yeah, the amount
Power?
of magical water is diminishing, like it did in the Wellforged design. I'll cut to Brutus real quick because he runs up all the steps and he tries to punch Hive King in the face. And Hive King he's like holding him back, and he goes, "Don't do anything too hasty, Brutus. We need to wait till the next cycle." And then Brutus is just like screaming like, I don't care. And he starts punching at him.
Okay, and so, is there at any point a chance for me to try my gauntlets again?
Who's next?
Because I can't remember.
It'd be Droopy.
But he's in the wall.
Yeah, he's somewhere.
Okay.
But yeah.
I mean, is he hurt?
No.
Okay.
He's just kind of like been relocated. So yes. Yeah, if you want to do another try.
Yes, because, maybe the third time's a charm.
It takes a lot of training.
Energy. Yeah.
Energy.
And, here, I'm just trying to jump right in.
Oh, that's okay.
Try again.
It's a 2.
But
So yeah, you just start kind of like pushing the energy. It does start to work. You start actually pushing the energy kind of back towards Jak. So Tristan, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
okay. That's 13.
Okay. You are able to kind of withstand it, and as the energy starts to deplete, so it is working. You are doing it. What's your maximum health, Tristan?
Max is 27.
Oh, 27?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your health goes down to 25.
Okay.
Your maximum health.
Max. Okay.
So once that starts going on, the energy starts draining, and then there is a loud noise, and the lights that were coming out, kind of like emitting from the room, diminish and deplete, and then just a singular multicolored light comes from the fountain and launches both Emmi and Jak just through the air and out of the canyon.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
Wait. What?
Okay.
So you guys go soaring, and there is another loud crack, and as you guys leave this area, you kind of go through this sort of glass ceiling that was like containing in this dome, and you guys prepare for it, but you're blasted out, and you look over and you see the battlefield that everything has kind of been a part of, and now you're soaring through the air.
What's the battlefield look like while we're up there?
You are watching Ander fighting off a multitude of District 6 officers who are now Earth constructs, along with Falone, who looks badly hurt. Gray doing his best fighting against Zorva, who looks like she's been trying to control him, but it hasn't been working.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Roderick, he has some stone kind of all on him because of so many people that have gotten him, but he is taking and ripping chunks out of Ervig, trying to get to her humanoid form in the front. And as you guys look up, a big old griffin comes by and grabs you out of the air.
Oh, yay! Here comes the cavalry.
Brings you back to the ground and lands. And then as soon as you guys hit the ground, the battlefield sinks back into the earth, and there's a large flash, and all the constructs turn back into humanoids, yes, including Erva.
Oh, good. You said we hit the ground. Did he? He didn't bring us back to the room. He brought us back to the battlefield.
He brought you back to the battlefield.
Okay, so we're outside.
And so when we get outside,
and when he landed, he dropped his polymorph, and he turned into he turned back into
he transfigured back into himself. That's a Harry Potter term, and I hope you really enjoyed that.
Yeah, he's a bit of an animargus.
Yeah. Transfiguration.
My thought is Droopy's still in there.
So is Brutus.
Well, Droopy's still in there.
No, I know our friends are still in there. I'm freaking out too.
Quentin,
so what do we need to do at the moment?
Quentin looks and he goes, "Well, it looks like we better go get him." I need everybody to make rolls.
What kind of dice? D20s?
Yeah, just D20s.
D20s.
Oh, good. Thank God. I got a 19.
Okay. I got a 1.
Well. Okay, thank God I got a 19. So I guess I go back and get him.
I mean, it's dice. Like, at some point, you get a 1, you get a 20, it's whatever. I got a 1. What happens to me, man?
Oh, you got a 1?
Am I the dude in the beginning of Assassin's Creed that doesn't make the jump right? Do I get super injured from getting on the ground?
So Emmy and Quentin run, and they go down back basically the way you came. And Jak, as you do, you get blindsided by this huge figure, and they grab you and run basically through and into the woods. With Emmy, you're bolting because you want to get to Droopy. And when Quentin's running after you, he's calling some of the officers who have kind of come back or have been in the battle, and they run down. And when you get down into the back into the forge,
Because meanwhile, do I tell him? While we're running.
Yeah, you're filling him in on everything that's happened.
Who all's in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you guys run down with basically District 6 by your side, and Quentin goes, "In the name of the Guardians in District 6, I need everybody to freeze, because you're all arrested." And on the opposite platform where you left them, Brutus has reached back to his brothers, and he's kind of holding them safe, and
they should be back to
they're back to normal.
Good.
And they're really disoriented.
Okay.
And Hive King's just kind of standing there holding his helmet, and he sits it on the ground, and he just kind of puts his hands up, and he looks at Zert, who's standing next to him, and they look back at you two and kind of make this hiss and go, and they a spirit leaves the suit of armor, and everything falls back into place.
So they disappear.
Disappeared from this plane.
So then back to Jak, you're pushed up against a tree, and the person who has grabbed you with a harpoon sticking in her shoulder is Zorva, and she goes, "Mr. Pilgrim,
Yes.
this is not over yet." And she lets you go, and she kind of dashes off into the woods, leaving you kind of sitting on your butt next to a tree.
So they're all converging somewhere. They're all disappearing. They're getting away.
I mean, except for the Hive King.
Yeah, he just put his hands on his head and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
surrendered.
We got the big cheese, but
True.
the other little bits of shredded cheese are running scared.
Right.
Jak, do you do anything?
What do I see in the battlefield?
You just see kind of everybody gathering back together. You see Irva, who looks really freaked out, and Nicholas talking to Moxie and Falone. You see Spleen kind of looking around, trying to find a friend. He finds Ander and Gray, and everybody kind of gathers back together. And Roderick standing over everybody, just kind of looking around.
Oh, so yeah, Roderick's
Yeah,
Stones is
everybody's fine.
So when do I find Droopy?
So Jak, as you kind of leave the forest, you come back, and
This is after I've just taken a breath, and I've just registered that I was in the air, and I'm back on the ground. It's very weird. You saying I'm walking back, but I am
You're floating.
slowly walking back. I'm in shock.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
After all that adrenaline, you're probably in shock.
Yes.
So you watch as Emmy and Quentin are coming back. Droopy's in tow, perfectly safe, totally okay. He just walked out of one of the chambers. Just going, "That was weird."
Hey, what's up?
Brutus holding his arms over his shoulders over his brother, so crying, just overjoyed that his brothers are finally safe. All the District 6 officers have their crossbows trained on
The big cheese.
on Hive King, who's just standing there, just kind of taking it all. And another one of the officers is holding basically all of the suit of armor in a big net. So everything that held the Burt Knight in it, they're holding in a net.
For
and so-
dear life.
And so you rejoin Emmy, Droopy, and Quentin.
Okay.
Well, that was something. We did it, huh?
Yeah.
Looks like.
Oh, hey, let's check the smorb.
I pull out the smorb, activate the smorb.
When you look, yeah, the blinking light dissipates, and it has been taken care of, but it is still marked.
The circle's still there.
It's still marked on your map. You guys had shut it down before they were able to drain it. And Quentin goes, well, looks like we figured out what this does. And he pulls out one siphon stone, and he pulls out another one. They look identical. And he goes, well, this one came from Malice. This one's from the Primordial Forge.
Yeah, what do we do with the Malice one?
Sorry, I said they look identical. They don't. The J symbol on the Malice one is glowing. The one on the Primordial Forge is not.
Okay.
I should make that clear for sure. So it assumed that you guys were able to dissipate the energy before that they could store it. So, with that logic, that means you did the same thing with the Wellforger design. Irva was just getting back basically the device they needed.
I gotcha. Okay.
That's that story, little plot thread.
Yeah, I actually got a thought.
Well, how do you destroy it?
Do you think all three of us could try to get the energy out of this thing with our gauntlets?
That's definitely something to try, but I wouldn't like to do it here in case there's a large explosion.
That's true. We should put this back in your bag.
Yeah, we'll take it to a more private place.
Gotcha.
Which, if things are kind of wrapping up here, it sounds like we probably need to go to that private place.
So we head back to the Wellforger design?
No, I'm sorry, Jak. We're going somewhere much further. We're going to our new base, our new HQ, as Guardians.
Oh, where's that?
Well, can't really tell you where that's at, but we're gonna have to find it. Not find. I know where it is. I just don't want to reveal its location.
Okay, yeah, I got you. You're being dramatic. I got you.
Yeah, I'm being dramatic. I'm sorry.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's fine.
He's being mysterious.
Yeah, he's got the voice for it.
Well, we got a lot of people around here, so
Okay.
Yeah.
This place is gonna be your new home for the next couple months. This is where I'm going to train you, and where our new team will be.
Oh. Okay.
We've met a lot of people here that I think can help us out. We've met some people who I don't think should join this part of the journey. I'll tell you my recommendation on some of the people that I want to see. Little Droopy here. I think he'd make an excellent asset to the Guardians.
Really?
What?
And Droopy goes, well, thank you, Mr. Sir. That's great. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm just excited to be here.
We're excited to have you.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna send him back.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, cool.
So as that kind of starts talking, we'll go into this little bit of epilogue. Emmi and Jak and Droopy have been walking with Quentin all across Noishing in a kind of couple weeks long expedition. You guys have all your stuff together, you have camping gear, basically everything that you've taken, that you had, that you own, that you wanted, you've taken with you.
So I brought my Nintendo Switch.
You got your Nintendo Switch.
Good. I've always wanted to explore the wild while I'm exploring the wild.
Oh boy.
Breath of the Wild.
So after a while, Quentin tells you that we've made it, and you come on to this kind of dilapidated ruins in the middle of this clearing in a large encased forest. This ruins looks like an old watchtower mixed with a possible like cathedral, and there's a small little babbling brook that kind of leads up to it. And when you guys walk in, it's pretty run down. There's not a whole lot to it. But as Quentin removes the rug that lines the middle of the hallway, there is a trap door that he taps on, and when it opens up, you see a familiar face. It goes, "Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I've missed you. You've been along. It's been a while since I've seen my little brother." And it's Nyx.
What?
And then you hear, "No, you said a little brother. He's older than you." And she goes, "Shut up." And then she goes, "Come on down. Come check out this place." And then when you guys step down, carrying all your equipment, you're basically in this like fantasy bunker that's way bigger than what it looks like. And there's maps and charts of all of Noishing. There's books kind of everywhere. There is bunks for you guys to sleep on. there is a kitchen quarters where you turn around and you see Astrid, who is cooking food, and she waves at the two of you. And the person who was talking to Nyx is Ophelia, and she greets you guys as you come in. And then Quentin tells you, goes, "Well, guys, this is the rest of our team. Make yourselves at home."
Feels like home already.
And I'm like, I don't know any of these people.
I introduce you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
I
start.
walk
And
you
Droop, you're
through.
going.
You start. Oh, Droopy's excited. He's like, "New people!"
Yay.
This is my family.
And okay.
You start mingling about, and Emmy, you're kind of like, "Oh, this is pretty nice.
This is sweet.
This is sweet. It's very nice for Jak. I'm excited to meet these new people."
Yeah.
And Quentin said, he kind of turns to you, and goes, "Well, Emmy, this isn't the only people we work with. This will be directly our team, but as tradition, Guardians has always had, different contacts. We've had one for a long time that I think you know pretty well." And he hands you a letter that's addressed to you, and when you flip it over, it says, "Edward Hilltopper."
Oh, my dad. Oh.
Ah.
That's where we'll end.